Yo, what is up guys? It is Silent here and welcome back to yet another video. So for today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting some more Distortus Rex info. Now this has been posted for about uh, 4 days now, 2 days now, and I've just planned to make a video on it just now. So anyways, here's a new photo for the Distortus Rex. This one's an in-game look, I guess. So this one's going to be an animation for it. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be in the final updates, but yeah, this one is an in-game look for the Distortus Rex, and I'm pretty hyped for the Rebirth update. Now, hopefully, we can get a separate dino for the T-Rex, because I would like to have a different model for the Rebirth Rex, because that model was a little more chunky. It's bulkier and stuff. Now, hopefully we can get that as well for the Rebirth update, but as of now, we are getting the Rebirth Spinosaurus and the Rebirth Distortus Rex for the Rebirth update. I'm saying Rebirth too many times now. But we also do have another teaser here, which I think could be another Baryonyx remodel. I'm not quite sure, because this kind of looks like the Baryonyx, if I'm not mistaken. Now, hopefully, this one is a new dino, or maybe they're just remaking Baryonyx again for the combat revamp update. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, that's going to be the Baryonyx right there. So, they also added some teasers for the requirements for the DRex, and I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah. We have big plans for the Distortus Rex, the likes of which have yet to be seen in Jurassic Blocky. Now, this behemoth will be unlocked via a very combative method. So if I were you guys, I'd stack up on kills. I'd stack up on kills, maybe 100 for every single dinosaur, just to be safe, or maybe 500 for every single dinosaur, just to be super safe. But if I were to guess, I'm guessing T-Rex 500 kills maybe. Don't quote me on that, because I'm not really sure about the requirements these days. But yeah, so very combative requirements are needed for the new Distortus Rex. So let's move on. We have some new info on the Jurassic Blocky fandom wiki, and they've just added the DRex and the Rebirth Spino there. Unfortunately, the Rebirth Spino isn't currently being worked on, I think, because the model still doesn't have any patterns or any colors. It's just a plain old model, the black and gray one. No, not black. Just a gray slate, or an empty slate. Just waiting for its colors to emerge. But the Distortus Rex, it is awesome. So let's just read something here. What have they added for the description? Mutated animal completely changed with the meddling of its DNA. The Distortus Rex, a burly creature derived from the mutated DNA of a Tyrannosaurus, is the most bizarre animal InGen has ever developed. Created in the early 2000s as experimentations of the technology that would eventually end up creating the Scorpius Rex and the Invictus Rex, or Indominus Rex, and eventually escaping its containment lab in 2010. Due to a freak accident, the lab was promptly shut down, and the island it now resides on an abandoned and forgotten by InGen and eventually Mazarani Global. The Distortus Rex and eventually its sister mutant, the Mutadon, share the remote island of what is now referred to as Site C, or Isle St. Hubert. Located 255 miles east of French Guiana, the island houses many familiar and new animals never seen in the original park, such as the Titanosaurus, Compsognathus, Mosasaurus, and the Spinosaurus. Unlike all of these species, the Distortus Rex has filled itself a niche in the ecosystem, becoming more of a nocturnal predator scavenger that claims its territory around the abandoned docks and gas station. The Distoris Rex has two massive front limbs with two smaller Tyrannosaurus limbs on its chest. Despite these smaller limbs being skinnier and not as significantly bulky in comparison to the Tyrannosaur that inhabits the island, they show to have incredible strength, even uprooting trees that are in its way in front of it. Its front limbs are long and muscular, resembling the arms of a gorilla in both appearance and strength, using them as primary way of locomotion. Combined with shorter back legs, it has posable thumbs that it's able to manipulate objects, even grabbing a hold of objects with its arms. Along with its misshapen arms, the Distoris Rex features an odd bulbous growth at the top of its head, reminiscent of melons found on belugas. It's unknown what this growth is used for, but theories range from echolocation, enhancing its vocal capabilities, or for display. The Distoris Rex features marbled greens, oranges, reds, and blacks along its body, and all over its bulb, prominently colored with a light orange coloration. Running down from its bulb to the end of the tail, the Distoris Rex features light striping that go down the sides of the body and the tail. So the uh that's the description for the Distoris Rex. So playstyle still unknown. Advanced stats is going to have a knockback and a stun. Trivia: before it revealed and the model was made, someone made a fan-made DRex model that's based on the speculated design, the black colored. But this makes some people are misunderstood about the fan-made model, where many people thought it was the official model. Now, I think I know the guy that made that fan-made model. I think it was one of the Dinosaur Simulator devs, in which I will show you guys. I have a photo. So this one is the model that they are talking about in the trivia. So this was made by Enda, I believe, because that's where I saw the photo. And it was from the Dinosaur Simulator server. And it looks like this. This one was a speculated look for the Distoris Rex way before the movie came out. So back then, we all thought that the color for the Distoris Rex was going to be black. Hence, we have a black coloration of the speculated model. So yeah, this one's made by Enda, I believe, and he also made an Ultimasaurus model as well. Correct me if I'm wrong though, but yeah, this one's made by Enda, I believe. So yeah. But anyways, another one is the Rebirth Spinosaurus. So the Rebirth Spinosaurus, inhabiting the lush island of Isle St. Hubert, or Site C, with warm coastal waters. This particular Spinosaurus is much more different than its Sorna counterpart. While its Sorna counterpart, more in what we used to know as the Spinosaurus, with longer hind limbs and a more traditional theropod body and morphology, Site C's Spinosaurus much more in line with what we know of Spinosaurus, with the paddle-like tail, longer neck, and more of an M or square-shaped sail, with shorter legs and webbed feet. It's unknown when these Spinosaurs were cloned, but given how InGen wasn't afraid to genetically alter certain species to appear more like monsters than actual animals, it's likely that these Spinosaurs were the first trial runs, or eventually creating the Sorna Spinosaurus, and InGen seeing how these Spinosaurs, even if being more accurate, didn't align with the late 90s and early 2000s depictions of the animals. Merely abandoned them to Site C to eventually build a symbiotic relationship with the island's Mosasaurus, the Rebirth Spinosaurus, all having unique individual variations, amongst each one of them having a similar color scheme, with yellow striking markings on their tails and a sail pair with the darker brown or even darker or black colored body. Each Spinosaurus has their own individual markings on their sails, with some having more vertical yellow stripes, more horizontal, and a mix of both. Full yellow sail, each having their own appearances to make that make them unique to one another. Playstyle unknown, advanced stats, knockback, and stun. No trivia for the Spinosaurus. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all of the teasers here. Now I'm just going to end the video here, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't have much to talk about anymore. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like these. But with that, that'll be it. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.